Welcome. My name is Shaylin. I'm a Pilates instructor and sound healer. Today's session will focus on gentle movement that supports your nervous system, not just your muscles. We'll begin to make our way down onto our back, finding a comfortable butterfly position. Place your right hand at the top of your rib cage and your left hand on your navel. And here we'll focus on our Pilates breath. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth like you're blowing out a candle. Continue with just your breath here. As you inhale, allow your rib cage to expand. And with each exhale, allow your rib cage to soften deeper towards the floor beneath you. And with your belly button, every time you exhale, think about pulling your belly button in closer to your spine and up, engaging those pelvic floor muscles. We'll begin to settle into a neutral pelvis and spine. Then, gentle pelvic tilts, rocking your pelvis forward and back. It's a very gentle and subtle movement that may not look like much or even feel like much, but think about rocking your pelvis forward like you're imprinting your spine, pressing the lower back into the mat, and then rock your pelvis the other way gently, reaching your tailbone into the mat beneath you. Use your breath here to match your movement. Exhaling to curl your tailbone up, pulling the belly button in. Inhaling to do the opposite, reaching your tailbone down into the mat beneath you. We'll do that a few more times here. Again, coordinate your breath with your movement. You really want to try to sync your breath with the exercises. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Now we're preparing for tabletop. When you're ready, right leg and left leg come up to tabletop. And as you go into our toe taps here, think about reaching from your hip, extending from your hip rather than straightening your leg out. As you continue to tap one foot down towards the mat at a time, try not to change the position in your lower back here. Try to coordinate your breath using an inhale to reach your foot down and an exhale to pull your belly button in and your knee right back over your pelvis. Nothing should change through your neck or your shoulders. Think about rolling your shoulders back and down the whole time. We have a few more sets here, alternating sides. Try to keep your leg the same shape and hinge at the hip. Find your breath again, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Gently begin to lower your feet down onto your mat so they're flat again. Reach your arms straight up to the sky. Try to maintain a neutral position as you hinge your hips up and hinge back down for your shoulder bridge. Same thing with your arms here. Draw your shoulders back and down. Every time you're lifting your hips up, think about starting with your core engagement. So your belly button pulls in, your glutes turn on, and then you lift your pelvis up without opening up your rib cage. So you're lifting from your pelvis, from your hips, rather than from your chest. Now let's practice articulating as you lift. So practice the same tilt of your pelvis, curling your pelvis up, peeling your spine off of the mat, and then all the way back down. Think about melting down, bone by bone. It should feel like a gentle spinal massage. Same thing with your breath, exhaling all the way up, pulling the belly button in, inhaling, slowly releasing back down and into neutral. I'll do just one more here, and then begin to lower your arms down to your side for a gentle stretch. Windshield wiper your knees over to the right, and with an exhale, gently sway your knees over to the left. We'll do 3 sets total here. Remember to breathe with your body, with your movement along the way. We'll finish it out here on the right side. And then we'll begin to make our way to side lying. Lay on your right side, bringing your elbow underneath your right shoulder. Think about lifting through your rib cage. And then your left leg is going to begin to lift and lower. Try to keep the bottom right knee bent. Try to keep the bottom rib cage lifted so your obliques, your core is engaged. We're lifting and lowering for 8 total here. Check in occasionally with your rib cage. Keep lifting through your side body. Begin to circle your leg around in one direction. We have 8 circles here. Find your breath again and begin to reverse the circles in the opposite direction. We have 8 more here. Find your breath and begin to lower that left leg down. Bend both of your knees, come up to a seated position for a mermaid stretch, up and over to the right side, reaching the left arm over to the side. Slowly coming up and over for a counter stretch. Reach your right arm up and over to the side. And of course, we have the other side to do. When you're ready, organize your body so your left elbow is underneath your left shoulder. Bottom left knee is bent, right leg is straight. And we lift and lower that top leg for 8 total. Think about keeping the bottom rib cage lifted. Left side is lifted and stable. We only have 8 reps here. And then we circle. Begin those circles in one direction for a total of 8. Your neck should feel really long here. And then reverse the direction once you're done with 8 in one way. Keep lifting through that bottom left side. Think about pulling the belly button in, even here. Find your breath, last few. And then we'll rest for another mermaid stretch. Going up and over to the left. Big breath here. And then when you're ready, gently flow over to the other side. Relax your shoulders. Gently release it. And let's prepare for our bird dog variation here. So you're on all fours in your quadruped position, neutral pelvis and spine. Right leg reaches straight back and your left arm reaches forward. Bend your elbow and your knee together and then lengthen back out again. Try to make sure that your right hand is underneath your right shoulder, left knee underneath your left hip. As you continue to move here, make sure the position of your spine doesn't change. So you're not arching more as you straighten out, and you're not rounding through your back as you bend your elbow and your knee. Just 8 total. Find your breath. Finishing up this side here with just a few more. And then we'll gently lower down and prepare for the other side. Left leg goes long. Lift your ribs up and in. Right arm reaches forward. And the same bend and extend here. Think even about your left shoulder. Stabilize the left shoulder. Push it back and down. Every exhale, you're reaching out. Every inhale, you're pulling back in. Just 8 total. That's our magic number if you haven't noticed. We'll finish up this side with just a few more. And then gently release and lower down. Both knees for a child's pose with your knees closer together for a few breaths. And then we'll open up the knees and the hips a bit more and take that same child's pose for a few more breaths. We're almost done here. You're doing great. Think about breathing into the back of your ribs. Gently start to make your way up, all the way up to standing. Take your time getting there. Stand tall and strong. Begin to reach your arms up to the sky. Begin to reach down to the mat. Bone by bone, you're rolling down. Your head should feel really heavy. Release your neck. Walk your hands out onto your mat for a gentle stretch with extension. Allow your hips to come down. Maybe rest your knees and untuck your toes. And then begin to push back into a seated position. We'll finish with gentle breaths, just like we started. Sit up tall, align your chakras. Breathe in to your right hand and out into your left hand. Take another big breath there. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you feel much lighter as we come to a close than you did coming in today.